Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and welcome once again to my garden, to Aisha's fruit, vegetable and herbal balcony hotters. Today we're going to do some transplanting of tomatoes, some tomatoes and what have you. Yeah, so it's gonna be a brief video, just gonna, I had this growing inside and now they need to be out and about to do, obviously thrive. I obviously have a tomato plant here that I'm growing, yeah, and a couple, but these ones are not really doing well, so yeah. So we're gonna transplant some of these tomato seedlings, and then I'm just gonna, so you see, as I said, seedlings can be planted in anything. This is Pringle can, and it's a innovative way of saving money on pots. So if you like Pringles, once in a while you snack on Pringles, you can cut it, wash it with soapy water, nice and clean, because you have seasoning and other thing. You wouldn't want it to obviously affect your plants. So you just wash it nicely, rinse it with under cold running water, allow it to dry for some time, and then you cut it into 2 pieces like so, and then you can utilize it effectively. So this is the seedling. I'm just gonna give it a gentle nudge in order not to affect the roots. Ideally, I'm supposed to pour the whole thing out, but I'm trying to avoid doing so. Avoid putting the soil everywhere. So gently take it out like that, like so. And then once it's out, you just leave it there. And then I'm just gonna create a space. As you can see, I already have like a mini trellis here. Tomatoes like to obviously, they need an assistance, more like cucumber as well. So this trellis will assist the tomato as it grows. So again, I'm just gonna cut these off or remove them, yeah, so that the plants can focus its energy on the plants rather than, yeah. And then, so this is my nasturtium. It's wonky and wiggly everywhere. I'm just trying to create more space for the tomato. So this is a lovely one. There's another one. I just might put it 2 like that. So yeah, and just shift this there. Shifting cultivation. Yeah, and then this one has not developed a true leaf yet. However, I'm just gonna put it there anyway. Okay, so this one is done. I'm just gonna leave this there, and then subsequently we'll move on to this one as well. So I'm just gonna remove. So this is how it's looking in there. I'm just gonna, the same approach, using my seedling tool, give it a gentle nudge without disturbing its root system. as you wouldn't want the roots to be damaged, because the whole point of the plant is for it to obviously be able to get access to water, the nutrient that it needs to develop and grow. So without the roots, it's not able to do that. So that's why, see how beautiful these rooting system are. Very delicate though, because they are still seedlings, bear in mind. Having said that, I do have a video of the life cycle of plants. So gardeners, farmers, you know, if you want to know the process, the life cycle, I know obviously you people know a thing or two about gardening, but if you really want to know, you know, the anatomical structure of the plants, and you know, the biological of how, you know, it's from seedling to obviously it becoming a plant, and then obviously reaching the fruiting stage, and then obviously bearing fruits, then that video is for you. I have another channel. It's a children's channel called Learning with Princess Aisha. And not just that, I also have a couple of videos pertaining to oral health. So if you want to know more, I know some people have phobia of attending the dentist and what have you. So I do touch more in depth on what to expect and what have you. I will be uploading a second video, you know, on oral hygiene, but in the meantime, do endeavor to check it out. I'll put a link in the description for you to access. Thank you for your audience, and please support the channel by giving me a thumbs up, commenting, subscribing, most importantly, and turning on your bell icon for notification. That way, anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first to get hold of. Thank you, and let's kindly comment, please. So I'm hoping to get a bumper harvest on my tomatoes this year, because you know, using fresh tomatoes in cooking gives it a very different, authentic taste. So it's, you know, during the warmer weather from spring to summer, I'll advise each and every one of you, my audience, to try and grow tomatoes, because not just for the fact that you can use it in cooking, but tomato is high in so many essential vitamins and minerals. It's high in vitamin C, vitamin it's also good for the heart. You know, research shows that when you cut a tomato into two halves, the inside of the tomato looks just like your heart. So if you are an individual suffering from heart problem and what have you, of course I'm not a dietitian, however I have done my research and I'm also talking from experience. So if you want to benefit much from the humble tomato, a very powerful a fruit at that, although it's being referred to as a vegetable, then do ensure that you grow a lot of tomato from, you know, different varieties of tomatoes. Also ensure that you eat it fresh. That way you tend to benefit fully from it as compared to when you use it in cooking, because then you tend to obviously cook all the vital nutrients needed for your overall health. So I do hope that you would take this opportunity to grow lots and lots of tomatoes. So I think we are done with the transplanting of tomato seedlings, and then we're gonna